I've had my fair share of run-ins with entitled neighbors, but what happened last summer still blows my mind. It wasn't just a HOA Karen situation, it turned into a full-on criminal case. The setup. I live in a small lakeside neighborhood. It's peaceful for the most part, except for Karen. She's the self-appointed queen of the HOA. She wasn't even on the board, she just strutted around giving orders, handing out fake fines, and telling people their lawn furniture wasn't approved. Her biggest enabler? Her 19-year-old son, who thought he was the prince of the neighborhood. Loud car, blaring music at 2 a.m., cutting through people's yards like they were public sidewalks, you get the picture. I ignored them until one particular weekend when everything escalated. The break-in. I came home from grocery shopping to find my front door wide open. My stomach dropped. I called out cautiously, thinking maybe my spouse had left it open, but nope. I stepped inside and saw Karen's son standing in my living room, holding my Bluetooth speaker like it was his new toy. Me, what the hell are you doing in my house? Him, smirking, relax. My mom runs the HOA. She said this place is technically under her control. So, I can use what I want. I was stunned. That's called breaking and entering. He shrugged. Nah, it's not. HOA rules. I immediately called 911. The kid tried to snatch my phone, but I pushed past him and locked myself in the kitchen until the cops arrived. Karen's grand entrance. When the police pulled up, guess who came marching down the street? Karen. She stormed onto my porch like she owned the place, yelling at the officers before they even got out of the car. Karen, this is a misunderstanding. My son has every right to be here. I run the HOA. This man is causing trouble. The officer calmly asked, "Ma'am, are you saying your son had permission to enter this house?" Karen, yes, because I gave him permission. This whole subdivision is HOA property, and as president. The other officer cut her off. Ma'am, according to state records, there is no HOA president. The board was dissolved last year. Karen blinked. Well, I'm the acting president. The cops turned to me. Do you want to press charges? My answer, absolutely. Straight to jail. They cuffed her son right there on my front lawn while half the neighborhood watched from their porches. Karen lost her mind, screaming, threatening to sue me, yelling about how she was going to have me fined out of the neighborhood. Her son was charged with breaking and entering and theft. Since he was an adult, there was no slapping it off as kids being kids. He spent the weekend in jail before his mom could post bail. The aftermath. Karen tried everything to spin it. She handed out flyers claiming I had set up her son, and even banged on my door demanding I drop the charges for the sake of the community. But the neighborhood had already turned on her. Once people realized she had been lying about running the HOA, all the fake fines and threats she'd issued came back to bite her. Multiple neighbors filed complaints. By the time her son's court date rolled around, she was too busy fighting off lawsuits to bother me anymore. He ended up with probation, community service, and a permanent mark on his record. And me? I installed cameras, reinforced my locks, and enjoyed the peace and quiet that came once the so-called HOA royal family got knocked off their throne. Sometimes karma doesn't just knock on the door, it kicks it down and escorts the entitled straight to jail.